The scare relates to a shutdown of a Sydney school.
Yeah, it does indeed. And at that school, attending were the children of the Bulldogs forward Aiden Tolman. The Bulldogs club alerted the NRL to this fact last night. And this morning, news started to filter through that the game between Canterbury and the Roosters, scheduled for a kick-off just after 4 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time this afternoon, was in fact going to be postponed, pushed back to a 7 o'clock time slot tomorrow night live on Fox League, and then the 6 o'clock kick-off tonight, which was going to be brought forward to the 4 o'clock time slot. So bits of the puzzle moving absolutely everywhere. What it meant for Aiden Tolman was that he was immediately sent for a test. His family was told to self-isolate as well. They're now waiting on the results of that test for Aiden Tolman after a teacher at that school tested positive where Aiden Tolman's children were attending. This is a situation that the NRL has been set up for and bracing itself for. It's one in the protocols that they knew perhaps one day they might have to face. It's just come a little bit earlier than perhaps they would have expected. Now, given the current turnaround times that we've seen with the reporter there was a biosecurity breach involving Benji Marshall and a reporter at training last week, the turnaround on that test was a little under 24 hours, so they'll be hopeful that Aiden Tolman will get those results tomorrow morning, so the game tomorrow night can go ahead. It just adds to what has been a season of drama so far for Canterbury, notwithstanding the coronavirus break the code had to endure itself, but their head coach, Dean Pay, has been under a lot of pressure himself, and now they have this drama to deal with on what was just hours out from their clash with the Roosters, who've been in red-hot form themselves. They now have to wait another 24 hours to play that game. What effect that has on the players' preparations remains to be seen. Not less the Roosters as well, because they have been waiting some 11 days now to play since their last game and have a tight turnaround into their next game as well. So that's where the code currently sits. Peter V'landys saying, the RLC chairman, that he wasn't going to take any risk with this whatsoever, wasn't going to risk trying to let Aiden Tolman play and then just seeing what happened. He shut it down straight away. And as I said, this is something they prepared for in the protocol. So the game now waiting with bated breath to see the results of this COVID-19 test for Aiden Tolman, the Canterbury Bulldogs prop, after his children attended a school where a teacher had tested positive to coronavirus last week.